We learn from other schools. Not necessarily mine, but ones that we have attended to. So you're going to get some samples of, well, some brochures, and then my brochure and the fabric card and stuff for our new fabric line with Red Rooster. A is for animal. And then also some samples of soft and stable. I see somebody's got a big pack. We use the soft and stable in a couple of our projects, so and I'll show you why. So welcome everybody. I'm Kathy Brown, teacher's pet, and I'm so glad y'all could come and be here today for the Red Rooster Schoolhouse. So we all love Red Rooster, right? Yay! We've done a new line for Red Rooster. Last spring I did, or last fall rather, I kind of have to remember where I am. I did a children's line, my first children's line with Red Rooster. I'd been doing florals previously. And having been a former first grade teacher, getting back to my roots is kind of fun. You know, it's getting a line together is work, but it can also be a lot of fun. And when you do children's lines, it's a whole lot of fun. Well, Alligator Tales did well, and we decided we wanted to keep some of the animals that we used in Alligator Tales, but add to them. And the more I added to, well gosh, I had enough animals to do an alphabet. So that's what we did. These critters that you will see in the quilt, or in the panel that we have, the main panel that go with the line, are all animals that I had drawn and used in my classroom when I taught first grade. I was not one of these teachers that uses ditto masters. You know, I don't do that. I would draw the little animals. They all taught lessons, and I'll kind of show you that as we go along. The first quilt that I want to show you, before I do that, before I show you the quilts, I want to let you know how when you order the fabric from Red Rooster, you'll get a free pattern that goes along with that fabric, right? For you to use in your shop. This time you're going to get a free booklet. There's 5 projects that you'll get that go with this line. Okay? And I'll show you those. One of the quilts that's in the little booklet that you'll get is hanging in Red Rooster's booth. So you'll have to go there to see it. Okay? They had already put it up. It was perfectly straight, and I wasn't going to be the one to take it down. So we brought one that's similar, but not exact. So A is for animal, coordinates back to any of the, like Margaret said, any of the prints that you may, hopefully not, still have from A is for animal. This is, from Alligator Tales, this is A is for animal. What you see around this is it's the center panel, and you have a piano keyboarder all the way around and some cornerstone blocks. This makes a very, very busy panel. Agreed?
Yes.
Okay. The one that's in the Red Rooster booth, you'll get the directions for how to make this. But the one that's hanging in the Red Rooster booth, Margaret, would you mind coming home? Could you get it for me? I'm sorry, girls, I've got a bad disc in my neck, and when I raise my arm, this left arm, it kills me. The one that's hanging in the Red Rooster booth has a solid strip here. Solid, solid, and solid in 4 of the colors. So you watch that panel really pop out when you make that quilt. But a lot of folks like to see a lot of fabric, and this is real great because you use fat eighths and you're able to use every SKU in the line and bundle it up and sell it, in a big kit. But our animals all have names. They're fun. And if you, what I'll do is have all the names along with the free patterns that go out so that you can kind of see a little story about each one. But this is Alex the alligator, Bucky the beaver, Krusty the crab. We have Daisy the dolphin, Ellie the elephant, Phineas the frog, Gabby the giraffe, she talks a lot just like me, Horace the hippo, Iggy the iguana, Josie the jellyfish, Kanga the brood, Leo the lion, Max the monkey, Noah the newt, Oscar the owl, Percy the penguin, Queenie the bee, Reggie the rhino, Hiss the snake, Toby the tiger, Ursula the urchin, Vic the vulture, Wally the whale, Xena the x-ray fish, Yakety the yak, and Zoe the zebra. No one knows what the x-ray fish is, so I go through the whole thing. Anyway, this is one of the quilts. Like I said, there'll be 2 quilts in the project book. We also have name banners. And this is where, whoops, that's one of the flashcards. This is where the your soft and stable comes in. This is Linda. Is that not adorable? What we did, and that's Kathy. This is Linda standing up here. So that's Linda, and this is Kathy. All I did was take the rickrack and sew it to the flashcards. You cut out the individual letters, and you cut out backing. In this case, I just chose all different backings. Okay, you can make it all one, or you can make it different. And you use your soft and stable, and you're going to just sew an 1/8 of an or a 1/4 of an inch inside the outside edge, and then pink all the way around. Show them, the decorative rotary cutting blades. That's a good upsell item for you. And you just cut all the way around, and it makes a nice, flexible name or letter, whatever. The great thing about these is they're completely washable. Throw it in the washing machine, take it out. You can't get any better than that with kids. So this is one of the projects that you'll also get, how to make a name banner. We also cut up the panel and made flashcards. Okay? Hold it up, put it down, and chop. What is this? Okay? What is this? You can even make it fun in the bathtub. These can go in the bathtub with the kids. They can get stuff all over them. They can spill their Kool-Aid on them. They go in the washing machine and come out just like this. They're great. They can also spell C, A, and wherever Toby the tiger. Oh, well, we're not going to do Toby. We'll do Noah the Newt. Can. I can do something. Right? Great for young moms. Great, great teacher gifts. Okay, people want to know what to give their teachers. Make it for your school teachers to give, or kids to give their teacher for a great present. Okay. So those are your flashcards. We also have the same concept, but what you do is take the backs and make them all identical. You make a set, this requires 2 panels, okay? Make a panel, cut it apart, make the other one, cut it apart, do the same thing that you did to the, do the same thing that you did with the flashcards. But when they have 26 and 26, you get a total of 52. Lay them out on the floor, and as each child turns them, there's an X, and they find the matching one, there's the other X. Okay, so it's a great matching game. Again, not only great at the house, but great for teachers. Okay. We've also got the solid pieces, which is great for the kids to learn their colors and match their colors. So did we do good? Yeah, we did good. These are also great spacers if you want to teach the child, help them out when they're learning to spell and learning to make sentences like I love you. These are your spacers between the words. So those, the matching game, the name banners, the flashcards, and 2 quilts will all be in your free pattern from Red Rooster. Okay? What we did here was come up with something for cut loose press. Hang on. For cut loose press. Who knows what cut loose press is? Right? If you're a checker customer, what they've done is come up with a group of patterns that you get your people like myself who design the patterns, but cut loose press or checker distributors actually produces that pattern. When it comes to you, that pattern will have your shop name written on it. so that the customer knows I got this from, you know, from XYZ shop and I can go back there and find more. So we did this for Cut Loose Press. The really great thing about this is it uses the panel, but in our next fabric line, and hopefully our next one and our next one, when we come out with a panel, all you have to do is substitute the new panel, you know, for this one. What will happen is in my next fabric line, I will remake this very same quilt, insert the new panel. Yeah, she makes it, okay? Sorry, everybody. Linda makes my quilts now simply because she can. Books, rulers, fabric, patterns, and something else. Oh, threads now. Yeah. I do this a lot. So Linda makes my stuff a lot better than I can. Anyway, you would insert the new, I'll insert the new panel in the different fabrics, and Creative, there I go, Creative Visual. Checkers will take the new pictures and make whole new patterns for you so that you're constantly evolving with this pattern. And I don't have to, you know, come up with a new pattern every time. So this is a child's sleeping bag. We called it a sleep sack. And here's the panel, surrounded by our alphabet, and very simple piecing. This is a great quilt for kids to make, or adults, okay? You've just got plain blocks, a 4-patch, which you can teach a child to do, half-square triangles, and back to your 4-patch, okay? The wonderful thing about this is the patterns from Cut Loose Press cost you $1.75 each. They retail at $3.50. So you've got a low-end cost on a pattern, and you're going to sell about 8 yards of fabric to make the sleeping bag. Yeah, the back is just our stripe. Okay, here's the front, and then what we did was put ties on the outside edge instead of having a zipper. You sell 2 yards here and 2 yards here. When it's folded up and tied, a lot of kids do not like being bound up tight inside of a sleeping bag. You know, they kick off covers, they would rather be able to move around. So we put the ties so that they can either tie them or leave them loose. When you roll it up from the top down, the ties wrap around tight and they've got it all tied up to go. So when you open this up completely, it also folds out to 72 by 72, which gives you a great full-size quilt to throw on the bed, a play quilt for the floor, whatever. So that'll be coming from Cut Loose Press. Did anybody remember the patterns that I put out last fall, and it was called Peekaboo Pals? You like Peekaboo Pals?
Love them.
We did Peekaboo Pals too. So we decided not to put applique on all of them. The first one is a plain one. This is your Charlie Brown quilt. Okay? Not everybody wants to do applique. You can do a simple quilt, add a child's name if you want, the alphabet will come in the line, but it doesn't have to. But if you really want to start adding the fun stuff on it, we decided to go with some of my favorite characters. This was Bucky the Beaver, but we made Benjamin a quilt. You know, the chevrons are so popular right now. And it's all raw edge applique, so it's super, super simple. Krusty the Crab has a girlfriend. Her name is Chloe. Oh, that's adorable. This is called Peekaboo Pals 2. And then, you don't want to put hiss on a quilt, so we put Sam for the